Good morning, all. Let's begin our new era of upskilling DevOps skills. Thank you all of you for the joining. I hope everyone received the email. Let me know comment if you received the email link in the email because today I see like less participant joined compared to the previous batch. Seems to be some misconfusion. Like the batch will be start on 8. They may have thought. So no problem. If you know your friends, let them know we are starting this batch from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. so that everyone can attend it easily. So we got a lot of requests like we have working hours, we have some other. So please start this batch early. Some were requesting to start it more early, but thinking of large audience, we decided 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. will be best fit. Or sometimes when we are doing the practicals assignment, we need to stretch 15 minutes. So in that case, we are also covered. Okay, cool. Thank you, everyone. So today we are starting our first session, that is the Linux. But before starting the sessions, I would like to introduce what is Linux. So Linux is an operating system. So at this time, you may have a familiar with what is operating system because if we are using any computer, it may be a laptop, mobile, desktop, server. Computer understands a machine language, like language of zeros and ones. And we being a human being, we don't understand that binary language. It means the language of zeros and ones. So for that purpose, there is a need of an intermediator or translator. So that job is done by the operating system. So let's take an example. You are uh, staying in country. Okay. So let's take example of India. If Indian Prime Minister wants to visit to a country where English is not a common language or the prime minister of that country don't use the English language, but that prime minister can speak the native language and Indian prime minister can speak the native language. Then how they will able to communicate with each other? So then there is a person called a translator and that person is responsible to translate the things. Like for example, the translator should be able to speak the language of two nations prime minister. For example, let's take an example of a Nigeria and India. So Indian prime minister wants to visit Nigeria. Let's assume in a hypothetical scenario, both prime minister don't know the English. Then Nigerian prime minister will speak in his own language and Indian prime minister will speak in Hindi. Then there will be a problem, like they will not able to communicate with each other. Then there will be a person, it is called as a translator. So he will know the Nigerian language very well as well as Hindi language very well. So using that translator, that two person will able to communicate with each other. Same thing, we know the computer is a machine and machine has its own language, we call it as a machine level language or binary language. So it is nothing but the language of zeros and ones. But being a human being, we don't know how to use zeros and ones. So in that case, what we can do, we will use a intermediator. So what is that intermediator? So intermediator is nothing but the operating system. Okay. So first of all, please confirm me if you can see my whiteboard. If you can see the whiteboard, please type yes. Okay, good. So this is operating system. So this is a computer, and for human being, we need to understand the language. So let us assume this is a we as a human being. So then there is a need to communication should be happen. So then concept called OS come into the picture. So initially, How we will give input to the computer using a keyboard, like a machine level language and human language. So that roles and responsibility will be done by the operating system. So what are the other operating system? So very first, the operating system called Unix came into the picture. Then there is an operating system called DOS. So this was developed by the Bill Gates, but actually it was not developed by the Bill Gates. So I will tell a story about this. And then there was an operating system called as a Mac. So there were three operating systems: Unix, DOS, and Mac. But the thing was, all these three languages were paid, and these were not available to the public. So that it means for example, if you today we buy the Windows license, then it is a paid version. Same thing was there when computer start. The people were selling operating system with a huge cost, and then everyone was like, now if you see, everyone is talking about AI. So this is a boom of AI. The same time in 1990s, there was a boom of a computers. So every electronics company wants to create their own computer. But just creating a computer will not solve the problem. They need the operating system also, so that human can use that operating system. But then time there was a person called Linus Torvald. So this Linus Torvald was a student at a university, and his professor was teaching him the operating system. So then this guy started to understanding the Unix operating system, and using that operating system concepts, he created his own kernel. So what is kernel? So kernel is a important component of any operating system. So you can say this is a brain of any operating system. If you have a kernel, then you can create your own operating system. If you look at all the operating systems which are you call as a Linux, so it may be Red Hat, it may be a Ubuntu, SUSE, whatever Linux flavor you talk, all Linux operating systems uses the same kernel. So that kernel was developed by the person called Linux Torvald. So, and the thing was, he was a member of open source community. So what is open source community? So open source community means there were people who was thinking all software should be easily available at free of cost for all the human being. So this was a open source community. It means the source code of operating system or a source code of a software is open to all. Means anyone can download that source code, and using that source code we can create our own applications, or we can modify that source code. So this was the concept of called open source. So then Linus Torvald written the kernel program for the Linux operating system, and he made that source code available to the public. So because of him, now the world is able to use the Linux operating system. And if you see the power of open source, now almost 90 to 80% of servers on the running on the cloud on-prem are hosted on Linux operating itself. And the kernel written by the Linux is so powerful, like till date, no one has written any new kernel. Everyone is using the same kernel written by the Linus Torvalds. So now there were people who think like this should be continued. And Linus Torvalds is a living legend. So at this point, he is age of 54, and he is working for the Linux Foundation. So Linux Foundation is a community who promotes the open source softwares, and the salary or the sponsorship to develop the Linux kernel and Linux improvement of Linux is provided by the Linux Foundation. And you can see a lot of history about the Linux on the internet. So this was the basic history of a Linux, which we need to understand. And no one will ask you the Linux history in the interview question and all. But what they will ask you about the questions. So now here, as we are going to start the Linux operating system, so there you might have a question like how we can start using a Linux. So some student asked me, should I download the Linux operating system and start practicing it? I said, go ahead and do the practice. Okay. So how we can learn the Linux? So there are three ways we can start practicing for the Linux. The one is installing Linux operating system on our machine. So for that, you need to have a good configuration of operating system, at least 8 GB RAM or 4 GB RAM is also fine. Then first way we can start practicing is using a virtual machine. Okay. First way we can practice of Linux is a virtual machine. It means whichever computer you may have a Windows machine, you have a Mac machine, you can download a VMware software from the internet, and I will show you how you can do it. And you can start using it. If you are already having a Linux machine or you have, then you don't need to do anything. You can just start practicing on it. And if you have a Linux machine, it means you know the basic commands of a Linux. Okay. Second thing, how can we do the practice of a Linux? So we can create a VM on a cloud. So if you have already a cloud account created, then go for this method. Otherwise, you don't need to go to this method. I will let you know when to create the cloud account. How to create it, I will show you. If you are enthusiast or you want to go ahead and try, you can try it, no problem. But at this point, till we are learning Linux and Git and GitHub, almost for 2 weeks, we don't need to have a cloud account. So when we will start learning Azure DevOps or Terraform, then only we will need to have our cloud account. And I will show you how to create it at that time. But if you already have account, then you can go ahead and create a VM on cloud. And third one is an online way. Like I will show you, there is a website called Play with Docker. We can use this to do the our Linux practice. So everyone clear how we are going ahead with the Linux practice? Type yes in the comments if you understood. Type yes in the comments if you understood. Yes, I can see. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. So, so now you will be able to see my screen. So here, if you have to go with the first way, that is using a virtual machine, then yeah, there are multiple platforms. Like students are suggesting me, you can use any platform. So first thing, if you want to go and you want to have a Linux machine without using internet, then you can download the Oracle VirtualBox. So this is very straightforward. You have to download it depending on which operating system you have. Let's say you can see here Windows host. If you have Windows operating system, then you can go with Windows. If you have a Mac, then you know the latest Macs are coming with the latest chip like M1, M2, M3. But the earlier Mac was using the Intel chips. So for that, you have a different software for that purpose. So if you have Intel chips, then you can go with Mac OS and Intel host. If you have a latest Mac which has M1, M2 series of a chip, then go with this. And if you want to have a virtual box on a Linux machine for testing the other operating system like Windows, or you want to test the other flavor of a Linux, then you can go with the Linux distribution. You download it, and first step, you need to download the virtual machine. Then you need to download the ISO image. So Ubuntu is the most popular operating system, and it is used widely, and it is very easy to start. Like all Linux are almost same. There is a little bit difference. Almost 80 to 90% commands are common on all the Linux platform. So we can download Ubuntu ISO and type download. So here you will get the lot of options. Download Ubuntu desktop, but we don't want to download Ubuntu desktop, because being a DevOps engineer, we are not working on a desktop version. We will be use the server version. So here you can see Ubuntu desktop. So you don't go with that. You have to download this Ubuntu 24.0 LTS. So LTS stands for long-term support. So if you think it is a huge size, then you can go with the previous or old releases as well. So this way you can download it and you can install it. So it's a very simple, straightforward. If you know the how to install applications, you will be able to install it on your machine. So this is the first way. This is the first way of installing operating system on your using virtual machine. So what is the difference between desktop version and server? So like we use on our laptop Windows 10, Windows 11. So these are the client operating systems. And if you go for the web applications where IIS server is installed, domain name server is installed, so that are the server OS. So different between client and server is, as its name indicates, server means it provides services. For example, if we want to host an application, we need a web browser, sorry, web application to host. So we will go for Apache Tomcat, IIS. For example, if we want to create a load balancer, then we will install Nginx. So the machines which has the compatibility or the function to provide the services is called as a server. And desktop versions are generally used for the client users. Like for example, normal users who are going to use the computers. Like we have a Windows 10, Windows 11. So these are the normal operating systems that are designed for the running the application. And if you go with Ubuntu desktop, you will get the graphical user interface as well. Like it will be run like you're running a Windows 10 machine on your computer. So it has a graphical user interface. But when we deal with the server operating systems on Linux, it don't have a graphical user interface. So why don't have a graphical user interface? The reason is we work on a automation. We run the scripts so that server will run smoothly or server will run fast. When it comes to the graphical user interface, let's say I have to, you can see this is a graphical user interface. So it consumes a lot of RAM and memory. And then the process makes it slow. Like for example, now I have downloaded Windows host. So I need to click here, click download graphic command, and it will you automatically. We will use the server operating system. So we will get this picture clear when we will start projects. But for practice, what we are doing here, we are learning here how to use Linux. So for that, the first option I told, you can go and use the virtual machine. And it is very good practice. Like you don't need internet connection as well. You can start practicing on locally whenever you want. And whatever commands you have done, whatever files, folders you have created, it will be saved locally. So this is the first way you can start using or start learning the Linux. The second way is creating a virtual machine. So for example, if you have an account like Azure or AWS or GCP, any account you have, just log into that account, but and then here you will see the option called a virtual machine, or directly you can see Ubuntu server option is also available. So here you can see image by default, it is giving a Linux operating system. So this is the latest version available 24.0.4 and free service eligible. So it is available for free of cost. So then you need to type these settings and VM will be ready for you. So if you don't have a virtual machine, you don't want to install the virtual machine, if you don't have a cloud account, still you don't need to worry at this point. What you can use is type play with docker.com, play with Docker. Just type play with Docker, and here you will see the first link, labs.playwithdocker.com, and click that play with Docker. And now here you will see this kind of interface will open, which you can click on login, select Docker, and it will ask you to use your Gmail account. So you can just continue with Google, which account you already have, and accept. And now you will see a nice start button will be appear there. So click on start. So here you can see it is showing a timer. The timer is 3 hours, 59 minutes and 50 seconds. It means this machine you can use up to 4 hours. And these 4 hours are sufficient enough to do all the practice. Okay. So these are the 3 ways we can connect, and I will show how you can start. Click here, add new instance. So here you will see as soon as you click on add new instance, this kind of interface will be open right away in front of your screen, and you can see it. And here you can able to type whatever command you have to type. So this is the very easy way. If you don't want to use a virtual machine or create a server, VM server on a cloud, then this is the way you can create it and start practicing it. So I hope everyone is clear about how we are going to practice the Linux. Everything will be same, so you don't need to worry about it. And so let me know in the comments if you have clear concept and clear understanding how we are going to practice the Linux. So type yes in the comments so that I will come to know you have understood. Or if you have not understood any point, let me know in the comments, like I have a doubt. Type doubt if you have any confusion, and type your question or query. Okay. So I hope everyone is clear. I can see the multiple yes. Okay, good. So very first thing, whenever we start any operating system, what we do, we create the files and we create the folders. If you have Windows operating system, you are used to right click, select new folder and create the folders. Or if you want to type, create a notepad file, then what you do, you open notepad, you type your content and you start save the file with your name of the file. Similar way, in the Linux, we can create everything using only commands. And these are just 10 to 12 commands, maximum 20 commands will be there, which we are going to use in day-to-day life. So when we will use those commands, let's say we are creating an application and we have to host that application on a web server. To connect that web server, then copy the files from our machine or repository to that server, we will be using those commands. So how we can create? So I know there are a lot of people who are already know what is Linux command. So this will be a little bit boring session for you, but considering everyone as a fresher or everyone has a new knowledge, let's knowledge about Linux. So I am going to start from the very basic. So please stay in the session. It will be a revision for you. Okay. So this is the question for the people who already know Linux. How to create a files in Linux and what is the command for that? Let me know in the comments so I can see how many are familiar with Linux. And if you don't know, then don't need to worry because we are going to learn. I want to see if out of my students, how many are already know those Linux commands. So please type in the comments how many, what are the commands to create the files in the Linux. So I can see some answers. Okay, good answer. Okay, so yes. So Vim, Nano, Cat, Touch. Okay, good. Someone is saying black file touch. Okay, yeah, good. So like I can understand like you know about the Linux, but I need to cover that part because there are some people who don't know about Linux. Okay, nice guys. So I will be taking inputs from you so that you will also feel engaged. Okay, yes. So there are multiple ways using which you can create the files. So let's take a simple way like just like we open notepad in our windows, so we can open the text editor in the Linux. So there are popularly three editors. The first is a Vi and Vim. So these are like Vi, advanced version of Vi is a Vim. So there are little difference between Vi and Vim. And then there is one more editor, it is called as a Nano. So these three editors are widely used. There are other editors also, but these are the most preferred and loved editors because of a simplicity. So whenever we want to open up, create a file, then we can use the editors. So you can type VI. So VI is the editor. So just try to understand, we have to unlearn the Windows practices and we have to learn the Linux ways. So you may expect some start button that you are not going to find in a Linux server. You will be able to find that in a Linux desktop version. But as many of time, we don't need a graphical user interface. So we are all the time using a command line way. So VI, Vim, Nano, these are the editors which we can use. And very important thing, just like we install any applications in Windows, so we go for a MSI installer or .exe files. So that concept is not available in Linux. So here we use a package manager. So let me know in the comments which are the package manager used for the Ubuntu Linux or other package manager you know. So the people who already know the Linux, let me know in the comments what are the package manager we use to install the applications. So students, let's create the first file, open a VI editor. So whatever you want to give a name, you can give the name of a file. Let's take a sample. And here extension is not a mandatory thing. Linux, you can type extension for your understanding, but Linux don't bothers about the extension of a file. So here vi sample.txt, I am just typing for our understanding so that you can see a black screen is open and number one is available there. Right. So I can see the answers are given by the people about the package managers. There are the package managers apt yum. So this we use as per the Linux distribution. Okay, good. So we will see that part as well. So you can see a black screen is opened on our console. So here, if I type directly, I will not able to type anything. So for that, what I need to do, now you can see it's a black screen and it is showing a digit one. So this is showing a line number. So if I type anything on this, it will not type because the Linux is designed in a very secure way. So everything has a logic and reason behind it. So I have opened a file. So this is not yet saved actually. This is an empty file which I have opened. So I want to change the mode of a file. So now this is a read only by default. So now I want to type in something. Then I need to switch to insert mode. For that, I need to type I on my keyboard. So for students who already have a setup, like you have a extra monitor, so you can practice this or just stay in the session. You can prepare your notes while learning the session so that it will help you. And the recordings we are going to upload, and using that recording, you can prepare yourself. Okay. So first thing, what we need to do here, we have to press I button on our keyboard. So you can see at the bottom of the screen, insert is there. Okay, first of all, let me know, is my screen visible and readable to all of you? Just type comment in yes if you are see my screen and you can read insert or everything, which is, or I can increase the font. Okay, now I think it's better. Okay, okay. So as soon as I type I, so the file is available in a insert mode. So I can type here just like you type in your notepad. And the rest of the things you can just use the enter key just like you use a notepad plus plus. And you can see it is at the left side, it is showing you the line numbers. So you can type here in the content, but now you want to save it. So in Windows, what we do, we use Control S to save it. Here, we need to change the mode of the file. Now it is in write mode is enabled because we have pressed the insert key. To save it, we need to press the escape key. So you can see at the bottom, very bottom line of my screen, you can see there is WQ I have typed. So here I am in a write mode, like insert mode. So if I want to save that file, I need to get out of that mode. For that, I need to press escape key on my keyboard. So when I press escape key, and if I try to type, so you can see the cursor is moving, but I am not able to type anything. So then I need to press escape key and type a colon. You can see, concentrate on the bottom of my screen. You can see the two dots. And then I need to save this file. Then I need to type W. It means write. And I want to write and quit. So I will use WQ. So it will, whatever content is written in this file, it will write and quit the file. So I need to type colon WQ and press enter. So now you can see I came back to the my main console. And if I want to see the file, then I have a command called ls. So ls is command it's used to list all the files which are present in the current folder. So now here you can see it is showing node 1 local root at the rate 192.168.0.28. So what is that? So this is a machine's IP, and this is a console So every Linux machine you will see similar to this root at the rate. So root is nothing but the username. So I am logged in with the default username as a root. So if I want to see currently where I am located or what is, now I have created the file, I have saved it, but I want to see where it is saved. So that there is a command pwd. It means present working directory. So in which folder or in which directory my file has been saved. To check that, I will use the command pwd. Pwd means present working directory. Okay, so now question for the Linux person, what is the command to read that file without opening it? Type in the comments what is the command which we can use to open that file. So the command is cat. So for example, I want to see the content of that file in sample.txt. So I will type cat. So cat one space, and then I will type sample.txt, the name of the file. So you can see it is showing only the content of the file. Welcome to the Upskill Institute lit. And now you can see you are again back to the console. So this is a command which is used to read a file without opening in it. So now let's say we want to add some content to that file. Then we need to open it again with the editor. So here you can use the up and down arrow so that you can access the previous. So I have, you can see here, we have used this command vi sample.txt. So it is saved in a history. So I again don't need to type vi sample.txt. So what I can do instead, I can use my arrow keys and you can see it is showing one by one back, going back. So you can see this is my first command vi sample.txt. It is showing. If I want to type the command ls, then I have to down shift down arrow, like then it is showing ls, pwd, and then cat. So using just up and down arrow key, I can see the last commands which I have used. So I can save the time of a typing again and again. So I will using the up arrow and I want to open that file again and I want to add data to it. So let's say I want to open that file. So I will use vi sample.txt and press enter. So now you can see it is showing the file and at the bottom it is showing the name of a file sample.txt. So how many lines are there? So in this file only 2 lines. So it is showing 2L and then 37 of bits. So this is the data of file size of a file. So how much data it has? It has only 37 bits of data. So now if as I directly started typing, it will not allow me. So I accidentally press I, so it open in a I mode. Okay. So now if I want to type in this file again, I need to press enter. I need to press I. So you can see insert mode is available at the bottom. And then I can start typing. Let's say, and then I want to save it. Then I need to get back from insert mode and pressing escape key. You can see insert button or insert text which was showing at the bottom is disappeared. So I have pressed the escape key on my keyboard. Then if I want to save those changes, I will use WQ. So again, it will write and quit. Sometimes it don't allow you to make the changes in the file and you have to forcibly make those changes to save. Then you have to use exclamatory mark. It means forcibly write. So in that case, we will use WQ exclamatory mark. So this will save the changes forcefully and then press enter. And now the changes which we have made are saved into file. Again, we can use the command called cat and type the file name sample.txt. Now you can see we can read that file. So this is the one way using which we can create the files. Another way is using a touch command. Let's using a VI method, VI editor, we can create only one file at a time. Let's say we have to create the multiple files. Let's say we have to create 2 to 3 files. In that case, we can use the touch command. But using touch command, we can just create the files. To make the changes inside that, again, we need to use the VI editor. So let's say I want to create the file sample to sample 3. So I can create multiple files, press enter, and you can see I have not given any extension here. So Linux doesn't worry about the extension. It is for our understanding. We can give it or we can skip it. And you have to give the extension only when we have to run the bash script. So that we will see in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so now I want to see how many files are present. So I can see ls. So now you can see this is a file sample.txt which we have created using vi editor, and then using a touch command we want to create a multiple files. So we create a sample2 sample3. You can add a comma and create as many files you want to create it. So I hope everyone understood how to create a file in a Linux. Anyone has doubt, please type doubt in the comment, so I will repeat all the thing. If not, type clear so that I can understand you understood the concept. Okay, I know your responses, guys, so that I can come to know you are getting or not. Okay, I can see clear, clear, clear. Good. Thanks, guys. Okay, so now what we see, we have seen how to create a file. Let's create a, a folder. So how we can create that folder? So here there is a command mkdir. Mkdir means make directory. So in Windows we called it as a folder. In Linux we call it as a directory. So these are the alternative words you can use, but when you are talking about Linux, so it is best practice to use the proper words which are used in that language or in that operating system. So mkdir is the command which will create the folders. So mkdir dir1. So I want to create a simple directory. So I type command mkdir dir1. So dir1 is the name of a directory or name of a folder. So I will create. Now you can see it is. So when you don't got any error and you got a terminal back, it means your command has been executed successfully, because it will not show any message. If your command is not running successfully, if then only you will get an error. So if you are get back to the terminal, it means your folder, your command has been executed successfully. So now I want to check my folder or directory is created or not. Same command ls. Ls stands for list. So I have to type ls. So now here you can see it is showing dir1, sample.txt, sample2 and sample3. So it is showing now 4 things, and observe it. Dir1 is your directory or folder. You can see the color is blue, and then these are your files. The color is white. Okay, now you have see these details, but now you want more details about these files. So for that there is a command ll. Okay, so that command is not available here, not supported to this terminal. But if you type ll, so then it will show, or you can type ls-a. Okay, so this is another command which will list all the files. Now here you can see when you do ls-a, it is showing all the hidden files also in your directory. So here you can see it is showing all the details, just like in your Windows, you have hidden files. To see that files, what you need to do, you need to go to the view setting and enable the hidden files. Okay, then there is if you want to see the more files, you can type ls-l. So here ls-l, what it does, it tells you the details about all the files. So first thing you can see there are total 4. So what is count of that folder in which we are now in a root folder? Okay, so inside root folder we can see there are 3 files and 1 folder. So how we can come to know which is a file and which is a folder? Okay, I got a lot of responses from the Linux people. I can use ls-l, la-l. Okay, nice guys, thank you. So then here you can see D, and then there is a nothing. So D stands for directory. If you see, then you can see the rwx, r, xrx. So this is r nothing but the read, write, and execution permission. So we will cover that in detail when we will see the file operations in our sessions. So you can see here, if it is starting with a D, it means it is a directory. And another parameter is a color change. You can see it is showing a blue in color because it is directory. And this is a property of that. So you can see it is showing a D. D stands for directory. And then RW means read, write, X means execute permission. And this is the group owner and group membership. That details are here. So you can see here, these are the 3 files. And you can see the permission read, write, read, read. So these are the user permissions, group permissions, and root permissions. So these are the 3 permissions. So at this point, just try to remember R means read mode, R means read, W means write. So that's it. When we will see the file permissions, then we will explore what it is in the details. Okay. So now this is a simple task: create a files, create a folder. Now what we need to do, we want to see these files are created outside the folder. Now our task is to move that files to the directory. Okay, let me know what command I need to use to move those files in the directory folder or dir1 directory. So what is the command to move the files from this one to this? Okay, I can see a lot of people are responding mv command. Very good, guys. So mv is a command. It says move. So we can move the file from one location to another location. I will be interested in more detailed syntax. What will be the complete command to move the file? All Linux administrators, you need to tell, like, I want to move all 3 files in one go to directory 1. How I can do that? Perfect. So I can see the Pooja has answered MV source to destination. So here, whenever we are doing any command, like if we are moving file, we are copying file, we have to remember the simple syntax. The first we will mention the source, and then we will mention the destination. It means source to destination, we have to give it. And then that file will get moved to the destination where we want to move it. Okay. Okay, so it's already 7:53. So now I want to open forum for the question and answers. If you have any questions regarding to this batch, regarding to the topic which we have seen today, or you have any questions, then you can raise your hand. I will allow you to unmute. You can speak and you can ask your question. So daily we will start 7:05 sharp. If you join or not join, irrespective, we will start 7:05 and we will try to take up to 7:55, and last 5 minutes we will keep for question and answers. So sometimes we may get extended 5 to 10 minutes, 8:05, 8:10, if we are doing a practicals and we are not able to complete it. But this will be the session format. So, okay, I can see the participants have raised their hands. So if you have questions, please raise your hand so that I will come to know you have questions. Okay, Ridwan, you are unmuted. You are allowed to talk. You can unmute yourself and talk.
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hi Ridwan, I can hear you.
Good morning. My question is, how do I copy and paste commands on this particular terminal you used?
Come again. You want to copy and paste commands from? Ridwan, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Like to
Yeah.
copy and then paste it in this particular terminal.
Copy and paste.
Yes.
What you want to copy and paste? Files you want to copy and paste?
I was just playing around with it as long as you are teaching, and then I opened the editor. I wanted
Okay.
to copy something I saw, a command I saw, and paste it in the editor, and I don't even know how.
Okay. I did not copy any command. I just type it. So if you want to copy and paste, then you can use Shift Insert and Control Insert. For example, let me show you. I will open the same file. Okay. So you want to copy and paste, right? So just like we do in Windows, Control C, uh, Control C, Control V. Here, what we can do, first of all, you can see the mode of a file. You need to press I button, and then let's say you have to copy this. Let's learn DevOps. So you have to press Control Insert, and then take your cursor to the position where you want to copy it, and press Shift Insert. So it's like Control C, Control V. It is Control Insert and Shift Insert, which we can use in a Linux. Or multiple times, what happens? You can just select the content and press. So, like for example, you can just select this. Even you don't need to do Control Insert. Select the content and use Shift Insert. It will paste. But multiple times it won't work. So I recommend to use Control Insert and Shift Insert. Okay. I hope you got the answer.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Don't worry, it is just beginning and first session, so a lot of peoples are not joined. So I don't wanted to go in very deep. So just basic introduction I wanted to cover. So tomorrow we will go ahead and do more commands practice, because we have to learn all the Linux commands which are required for being a DevOps engineer, and we want to do the all practicals as well. So we are just beginning. So any time if we are starting a new topic, we will start very slowly, and as we move ahead, we will get the speed with the code. So here a lot of our know what is the Linux commands and all, but very some people don't know anything about Linux. Okay, so I just wanted to give you some time so that you can do the basic steps. Like you can, so this is a very easy way. You can go to labs, play with docker.com and do the practice. Okay, does anyone has any other question regarding today's session or batch session, any timing session? Okay, so if you have no question, we can stop here. Tomorrow we will meet same time, 7 to 8. If your friends have not joined today, let them know. The batch timing is 7 to 8, and uh, this will be Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, we will not have any session. But with this new batch, we are starting a test series where you can appear it, give it test on a Saturday or Sunday as per your convenient. Test will be uploaded on a Saturday itself. So you can uh, give the test so that you will get a confidence you are learning on a right way, and whatever you are doing is on the right track. Okay, so AJ has a question. I am allowing you. You are unmuted. You can unmute and talk. AJ, you can unmute and speak. You are allowed. Okay, if you have raised a hand, that's why I unmuted it. If it's accidental touch. Okay. Does anyone has any question regarding batch syllabus? So syllabus, don't worry about it. Syllabus we will cover maximum, like you can see. Okay, Ashur, you are allowed to talk. You can unmute and speak.
Hello, sir. Hello, everyone.
Yeah, hi. Good morning, Ashur.
Good morning. So, I was asking, what are the course contents and day-to-day plans for this course?
Okay.
What we are
So
going to learn?
yes,
Yes.
yes. So uh, I have given the platform overview already, but okay. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
you need to log into the platform. Go to my dashboard if you're already logged in, and you can see the course which you are enrolled.
We can see the CLI screen still. I mean, if you are sharing anything else,
Okay,
we could
yeah.
see just.
Okay, now you should see my screen.
Yes, now we can see.
Okay. So first thing what you need to do, you can need to go to this enroll.upskill.com, then log in to it. I am already logged in. So go to my dashboard. If you go here, select the course which you have enrolled, and here you will get at the first type place you will get the links. Even if you don't receive the emails, you don't need to worry. So here you can see this is the first link. It is showing the link, and you will get option join class, and link will open from here. So this is your check. And for paid members, uh, you will get all these things. So who are not paid members, they will get access to this up to Wednesday. After Wednesday, you will not have access to this portal, and you have to connect through the link only, Zoom link directly, and you can attend the free sessions for absolutely free. For paid members, you can see here uh, the today's session will be uploaded here, and these are the list of basic commands. You can read it, and then here we have simple questions and tasks which you can do it. Like quiz will be there daily basis, and you can click on start quiz, and you can attain the quiz. Like what command is the two contents of a directory. So that we have seen. So that based on that, you have to give this answer. So I am submitting. Okay, because I wanted to get back. Okay, so for previous sessions, you can also see here we have a demo one. So those people who missed the first two demo sessions and you want to uh, learn those, then you can go here and see that demo classes. Same thing here, I have uploaded the notes, and quiz is also there. You can take a quiz so that you will get confidence. So why we have kept this quiz? So that you will get a confidence, like and before preparing interview or giving an interview, you don't need to read all the topic or all the notes. You have to just give this quiz. If you are able to answer this quiz, then you are confident and you can skip that part. If you are feeling some issues giving the answers of this quiz, then you can go and see the notes, and these notes will help you to prepare your very short time. Like it will be a quick revision for it. Again, if you are not confident, then you can go for recordings and watch what we have learned in that session. So like that, every day we will have recordings, notes, and quiz session for the paid members. And at the weekend, you will get the test. It is optional. You can give it on Saturday or Sunday, but I will enforce you to give that test so that you can check yourself you are going on the right track and you are cope up with the class. Because if you don't practice, then if you miss some sessions, then you will feel like I am not getting anything. So for people who know Linux and all, they can skip all the Linux sessions, but it is better to attend the sessions that it makes you a habit of joining every day into the class. So this is the way the class is designed. And at the end of this completing the course, everyone will get a participation certificate. And there will be an exam, and if you appear for the exam and if you pass, so passing criteria of that exam will be 80%, then you will get a internship certificate, and that certificate you can post on a LinkedIn, you can submit to your companies, and that can be verified using our platform. Like just like Microsoft certification, you can validate on a going website. So that feature we have, your certificate will get verified, and for that certificate 80% is a criteria. If you pass, then you will get a 3 months internship certificate from the Upskill Institute. And that can be verified by HR on our website very easily. So that is the total all about the course. And along with that, we will planning to have the workshops like AI related workshops, resume preparation workshop, how to face the interview, how to prepare yourself for the AI interviews. Because nowadays, many companies have started interview using an AI platform. The human is not taking your interviews. The first round, screening round, will be performed by the AI only. So that preparation will be done here for the all paid participants. And for free participants, you will lose your access to this portal after Wednesday, and you can continue with the links which we have provided for the session. You can attend free sessions absolutely, no money will be asked, and the links will be shared with you. And for that very important thing, so this is a new platform, so don't forget to follow our WhatsApp channel. So link has been shared with the everyone. So subscribe to the Upskill Institute channel so that you will get up to dates, and enable the notifications as well. So whenever you log into this, it asks you to enable the push notification. So enable that notification. So whenever I will update notes recordings here, you will get notification on your browser. So that is required. So that will keep you up to date. And subscribe to, don't forget to follow the WhatsApp channel where we will posting all the updates. And at the same time, we have a YouTube channel as well, where you can see the contents. The channel name is Enroll to Upskill, the same name as a website. So you can see the Upskill Institute. Go here and subscribe this channel so that you will get uh, updates. You can see the previous batch recordings also here, everything. And we will be pushing, like for example, how to set up a VM. So that I have not covered because that is not important. Like that will eat our productive time. So I will create a video on it and I will post on this, so that for people who want to do it by own, you can refer using this YouTube channel. So subscribe to this channel as well. So first thing, you have to subscribe WhatsApp channel, YouTube channel. Though you are a free member or paid member, please subscribe to both so that you will get all the updates on the time to time. Okay. I hope you got your answers. Okay. Does anyone has a question? I will take a last question, or we can stop here. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. So I hope you will set up this Docker with Play so that tomorrow we can go with the more commands. Okay. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.